Good day. My name is Peter Easley. I'm an associate adjunct professor at George Washington University and the former deputy chief of corporate procurement for the World Bank. I'll be presenting two sessions on contract and procurement management. This first session will be an introduction to the topic, and I have a series of PowerPoint slides that I will go through and walk you through and hopefully give you a perspective on the importance of procurement and so first, let me give a bit of background about what we're talking about. So contract and procurement management are the processes and the methodologies used by organizations to procure and source goods, services, and works, and to manage the resulting contracts. Typically, these activities are managed by a cadre of procurement professionals who follow a set of principles, policies, and procedures to ensure fairness, transparency, and good business practices. A key element of these activities include third-party risk management, which will involve the identification of risk and the measures to be put in place to mitigate and manage the risk associated with contracting with third parties. Public and private procurement activities follow similar principles and policies and procedures, and we'll explore that in a little more depth. So in terms of the objectives of a procurement organization, it is traditionally held that it is to obtain the right materials, meaning that it is meeting the quality requirements in the right quantity for the delivery at the right time and the right place from the right source, meaning a supplier who is reliable and who will meet its commitments in a timely fashion, with the right service, both before and after the sale, and at the right price in the short and long term. Meeting these objectives allows for that consistency of supply and the ability to predict both price as well as quality, as well as the delivery schedule. Obviously, very important aspects for any organization, whether the organization is in manufacturing, is a service provider, or is even a government. All right, so let's talk about some legal issues in procurement and contract management. You've heard me mention earlier about third-party risk management. This is a critical aspect of an overall risk management program in any organization. So third-party risk comes about when you contract with third parties. So all of these, anything that results from a procurement, where you end up in a contractual relationship is, you are engaging with a third party, and that inherently involves more risk. So what a third-party risk management program does is, it allows it allows you to identify risks, catalog risks, and manage risks. And these risks cut across many spectrums. It could be legal risk, it could be financial risk, it could be reputational risk, it could be operational risk, like business continuity risk. It could be information security risk, cloud computing risk. So the idea behind having a third-party risk management program is to, one, have a policy internally around what that looks like, having a process that maps out when and how you go about cataloging. Let's talk about some current trends in procurement and contracting. Well, no surprise, the global economic crisis, we're in the throes of another global economic crisis. Maybe we could almost argue that many countries are beginning to turn the corner and seeing their growth rates go up, although it is still quite shaky. Here in the US, right now, we're seeing that inflationary concerns, cost of products going up, which is having an impact on our overall, economy. So, in most countries around the globe, in an unprecedented way, jobs, sales revenues, growth were all declining because of the pandemic. So, and this was unprecedented because we've seen this happen in regions like, Asia Pacific or in Europe at times, but having this be a global issue due to the pandemic was unprecedented. And it will take time for it to bounce back.